Today, our topic is the most inspirational Stoic stories from history. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life, how to face challenges, and how to stay calm in difficult situations. It is not just about thinking, but about acting with courage, wisdom, and self-control. Many great people in history followed Stoic principles, and their stories can inspire us to live better lives. Let me share some of these stories with you. One of the most famous Stoics was Epictetus. He was born as a slave in ancient Rome, which means he had no freedom and no control over his life. But Epictetus believed that even though he could not control his situation, he could control his mind and his reactions. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This idea helped him stay strong and calm, even in terrible conditions. Later, he became a free man and a teacher of philosophy. His teachings have inspired millions of people to focus on what they can control and let go of what they cannot. Another great Stoic was Marcus Aurelius, who was the emperor of Rome. You might think that being an emperor means having an easy life, but Marcus Aurelius faced many challenges. He had to deal with wars, diseases, and political problems. Despite all this, he wrote a book called Meditations, where he reminded himself to stay humble, kind, and focused on doing the right thing. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." His words show us that even in the most powerful position, a person can stay grounded and true to their values. Then there is the story of Seneca, a philosopher and advisor to the Roman Emperor Nero. Seneca was a very wise man, but he lived in a dangerous time. Nero was a cruel ruler, and Seneca knew that his life could end at any moment. Instead of being afraid, Seneca used Stoic principles to prepare himself for death. He believed that death is a natural part of life, and that we should not fear it. He wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This means that our fears often make problems seem bigger than they are. Seneca's courage teaches us to face our fears and live with purpose. One more inspiring story is about Cato the Younger, a Roman senator who stood up for his beliefs, even when it cost him everything. Cato believed in justice and freedom, and he fought against corruption and tyranny. When Julius Caesar took power, Cato refused to accept his rule. He chose to end his life rather than live under a dictator. This might sound extreme, but Cato's actions show us the importance of standing up for what we believe in, no matter the cost. His story reminds us that true freedom comes from living with integrity. These Stoic stories teach us important lessons about life. They show us that we cannot always control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. They remind us to focus on our actions, our thoughts, and our character, rather than on external things like money, fame, or power. The Stoics believe that the key to a good life is to live with virtue, which means being honest, brave, wise, and just. They also taught us to accept the things we cannot change and to find peace in the present moment. For example, Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This means that we should decide what kind of person we want to be, and then take action to become that person. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is a call to stop talking and start acting. It is easy to discuss ideas, but the real challenge is to live by them. Seneca reminded us that life is short, so we should not waste it on things that do not matter. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This is a powerful reminder to focus on what is truly important and to use our time wisely. Another important Stoic idea is the concept of Amor Fati, which means love of fate. This means that we should accept everything that happens to us, good or bad, and see it as an opportunity to grow. The Stoics believe that challenges are not obstacles but opportunities to become stronger and wiser. For example, If you lose your job, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, you can see it as a chance to find a better one, or to learn new skills. If you face a difficult situation, instead of complaining, you can use it as a way to practice patience and resilience. This mindset can help us stay positive and motivated, even in hard times. The Stoics also taught us to be grateful for what we have. They believe that we often take things for granted and forget to appreciate them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This simple practice of gratitude can change our perspective and help us find joy in everyday life. Another important Stoic practice is to reflect on our actions at the end of each day. Seneca said, "Assess your day before you go to sleep. Ask yourself, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? What could I have done better?" This habit of self-reflection helps us learn from our mistakes and improve ourselves. It also helps us stay focused on our goals and values. The Stoics believed that we should not be afraid of failure or criticism. They saw these as opportunities to learn and grow. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This means that we should not worry about what others think of us. Instead, we should focus on our own growth and progress. The Stoic stories from history remind us that life is full of challenges, but we have the power to overcome them. They show us that true strength comes from within, and that we can find peace and happiness by living with virtue and wisdom. These lessons are still relevant today, and they can help us navigate the ups and downs of modern life. So, let us take inspiration from these great Stoics and strive to live with courage, kindness, and integrity. Let us focus on what we can control, accept what we cannot, and make the most of every moment. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Let us choose thoughts that empower us and actions that make the world a better place.